Joseph's brothers, consumed by jealousy over their father Jacob's affection for him, decide to sell him to merchants bound for Egypt. Filled with fear and sadness, Joseph is torn away from his family and taken to an unfamiliar land. Everything he once knew vanished in an instant. In Egypt, Joseph begins working as a servant in Potiphar's household. Through diligence and integrity, he earns Potiphar's trust. Potiphar entrusts Joseph with increasing responsibilities, recognizing his faithfulness and dedication. Potiphar's wife, attracted to Joseph's appearance and character, attempts to seduce him. Yet Joseph, committed to his faith and loyalty to his master, firmly rejects her. This act of integrity places Joseph in grave danger, but he remains steadfast in his moral convictions. Falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, Joseph is unjustly imprisoned. Though lonely and suffering, Joseph places his trust in God, striving to believe in his greater plan. He remains certain that God is still with him. In prison, Joseph interprets the dreams of two fellow prisoners. His wisdom and insight, gifts from God, offer hope to these men. This moment reveals Joseph's unique talents, gifted by God's grace. In prison, Joseph earns the trust of fellow prisoners and the warden. He performs his duties with dedication, taking on a leadership role even in confinement. People are moved by his reliability and integrity. Pharaoh seeks someone to interpret his dreams, and Joseph is summoned. Through the interpretation, Joseph explains that God has warned Pharaoh of an impending famine. This moment highlights Joseph's wisdom and God's guidance. Recognizing Joseph's wisdom and reliability, Pharaoh appoints him as prime minister of Egypt. Joseph now bears the responsibility of caring for the entire nation, marking yet another transformation in his life. Joseph prepares for the famine by storing grain and ensuring survival for the people. His leadership and planning, guided by God's wisdom, safeguard Egypt in a time of crises. Joseph's brothers arrive in Egypt to seek grain, unaware that the Egyptian official before them is Joseph. Watching his brothers bow before him, Joseph is filled with a flood of emotions. At last, Joseph reveals his identity to his brothers, forgiving them for their past wrongs. His brothers look at him in astonishment and gratitude, receiving his warm forgiveness. Joseph and his brothers embrace, releasing years of misunderstandings and pain. This moment epitomizes the healing power of family love and reconciliation. Joseph is finally reunited with his beloved father, Jacob, after many years. They share tears of joy and gratitude, rekindling their deep love for each other. Reflecting on his journey, Joseph realizes that God has turned every hardship to good. He prays in gratitude, understanding that every trial was part of God's greater plan.